Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom.
Hey, we're going traveling. I love that, Tom.
Yes, I do
too. If only we could jump on a plane and go to Croatia. I've seen pictures. It looks beautiful. They've got a lot of interesting words in the next couple of days. Our articles here are filled with words and names that are from Croatia. Neither of us speaks Croatian, but we're going to do our best for you.
It might not be that difficult of a language, but of course you have to spend years learning it. And if you're just going to travel to Croatia for a couple of weeks, why bother? Maybe learn a couple of phrases or something. But as we're going to find out, it is a popular tourist destination.
Yeah.
So the people there, no doubt, know enough English for you to have yourself a good time. And it's also kind of interesting that we're talking about Croatia because, well, they did very well in the World Cup last summer. They were the runners-up to France, and they did quite well, and everybody got a good impression of Croatia, especially because the president of Croatia attended all those games there in Russia, and she wore the team's jersey at the games, and she, of course, congratulated all the players, so that was quite nice. So that, of course, has given Croatia a very good impression to the rest of the world, so that's probably why we're saying Croatia is a European dream. Let's get to it. Let's read through the entire contents of today's lesson right now.
Irish playwright George Bernard Shaw once said, "Those who seek paradise on earth should come to Dubrovnik." It's impossible to deny that Dubrovnik and most other Croatian cities are among the most beautiful on earth. Much of this Eastern European country lies along the Adriatic Sea, a body of water so lovely that Croatian writer Predrag Matvejević christened it a Sea of Intimacy. Inland, Croatia is blanketed with thick forest, spoiling its residents with a gorgeous selection of national parks. One of Croatia's best-known natural areas is Plitvice Lakes National Park. The park's lake system, a string of 16 lakes that cascade into one another, provides visitors with one of the country's prettiest sights. With its green forests, crystal-clear lakes, and roaring waterfalls, it's little wonder that the park made the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979. Croatia's beauty doesn't end there, however. With such a long coastline, stunning beaches and peaceful resorts are plentiful. The best place to avoid crowds is Zadar, a small coastal city rich in history. Artist Nikola Basic redesigned Zadar's waterfront in 2005. Installing the Monument to the Sun, a solar-powered installation that collects energy during the day and lights up into a brilliant display at night. An island hopping trip is a must in Croatia, especially to Brač, home of Zlatni Rat Beach. Formed by fine pebbles from the reefs surrounding it, the beach extends from the island like a horn and boasts some of the country's best sunsets. Finally, Dubrovnik, a walled city on the southern coast and Croatia's paradise on earth, features world-class restaurants, adventure sports, and of course, outstanding views.
Okay, it's our travel unit here as we wind up 2018. I don't think I would go to Croatia now because it's all cold there. But maybe you're, still planning a vacation for Chinese New Year and you need a place to go. So if you don't mind the cold and you've never seen snow before, well, maybe Croatia would be your dream destination. But you do need to wear a down jacket when you get there. It's still pretty cold there. So Croatia is a European dream. And let's talk about someone from Ireland now. We've got a playwright, which is a person who writes plays. This person is George Bernard Shaw, and he said one time, those who seek paradise on earth should come to Dubrovnik. Well, I guess George has never been to Taiwan, of course. Taiwan, of course, is a paradise, and he would have said that about Nanto if he had been there.
Totally.
But I guess he went to Croatia first, and he said, well, those who seek or those who are looking for paradise on earth, they should come to Dubrovnik. And once they go there, they'll never want to go anywhere else. So, yes, paradise, of course, is a place where everything is perfect.
We use paradise to talk about a place so beautiful that there's not one thing wrong with it. It's just paradise.
Kind of like utopia.
Yeah, so nice. So it sounds like a lovely, lovely place to go. And back when he was alive, because Shaw has been gone for a long time, you know, there weren't a lot of tourist, hotels and traps and too much building. It was still nice and natural and clean. He says it's a paradise on earth. Now, it's impossible to deny that Dubrovnik and most other Croatian cities are among the most beautiful on earth. I would recommend people get online and look up Croatia and see some of the scenic views. It's just really lovely. For a long time, about 10, 15, 20 years ago, there was a war going on over there.
Yep.
And people would stay away from the area. But that war has been settled, and it's your chance to go see a really lovely part of the earth.
Yes, there was a lot of wars going on in Yugoslavia back in the early 90s there, but things eventually got sorted out, and it's a pretty peaceful place there now with the Serbs and the Croats and the Muslims and stuff like that. They seem to be getting along well enough for people to travel there and feel safe. So in any case, yes, it is one of the most beautiful cities on earth, along with some other Croatian cities. And much of this Eastern European country lies along the Adriatic Sea, a body of water so lovely that Croatian writer Predrag Matvejevic christened it as a sea of intimacy.
Now, if you christen something, it's a word we use, it's a verb we use to talk about blessing a tiny baby in a Christian church. But we'll often, outside of religion, use it to talk about naming something. So here, he actually named it a sea of intimacy. It's kind of its nickname. It's a beautiful body of water. I agree with this. It's so lovely. How lovely is it? So lovely that this writer called it a sea of intimacy. So it's a beautiful place. It's very romantic there. I'm thinking if you see the pictures, you'll know what I mean.
Absolutely. So intimacy just means when people are close together. So I guess if you go there with your family or with your lover, you will probably be together forever with the memories of the Adriatic Sea.
Yeah, it's cozy and private. It's not, teeming with people and crowds and loud and noisy.
Hopefully it's not.
No,
of course,
it's not.
Now that the news is out, I'm sure it's going to be hard to find your little piece of heaven
Yeah,
there.
don't tell anybody about Croatia.
Don't tell anyone about that. So that, of course, is next to the Adriatic Sea, which is between Croatia and Italy. Now, inland, if you get away from the ocean and go inland, like,
away
Nanto,
from the ocean. Yeah.
Nanto is inland here in Taiwan.
Geelong is on the coast.
That's right, as is Kaohsiung. But here, Croatia is blanketed inland with thick forest, spoiling its residents with a gorgeous selection of national parks.
Lovely.
So here, they're spoiled here. If you're spoiled, of course, you basically get too much. We talk about kids being spoiled, especially if you're an only child and you're the only son in China. You're the little emperor. So, of course, you're going to be extremely spoiled. So people in Croatia are just kind of used to this. Yes, we've got beautiful forests all over the place. We're used to it. Gee, you guys are spoiled. We think these forests are great.
So one of Croatia's best-known natural areas, and that's just part of nature, it's natural, is Plitvice Lakes National Park.
Okay.
Now, it sounds beautiful. The lakes, they're in the park. They're a string of 16 lakes. So a string of 16 lakes means they're all spread out over the area that cascade into one another. If something cascades into something else, it goes down and moves directly into the next lake. So these are all kind of connected lakes. which sounds amazing, actually. And because they are connected, this provides visitors with one of the country's prettiest sights. Here's a description. It has green forests there, crystal clear lakes. The water's very, very clean. When you look down into the water, you can see fish. And it also has beautiful waterfalls, which I love. And if you describe them as being roaring, they're making a lot of noise, a lot of sound as the water goes over the rocks. So it's little wonder, it's not surprising to people that the park made the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979.
So if you like the great outdoors, you should head to this Plitvice Lakes National Park. It's got those waterfalls, great forests, great crystal clear lakes, and my goodness, it's probably going to tell you that life isn't so bad after all. So, of course, it's not surprising that this national park in Croatia made the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979. So here, of course, we've got the word heritage that oftentimes refers to things that you inherit, but in this particular case, it just means something that is significant to a culture or to a people, and it kind of gives us an identity, and it bonds us together. So it's part of the World Heritage List. It's something that everybody in the world should recognize and enjoy.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break, listen to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 我们今天要介绍的国家是克罗埃西亚 Croatia. 我们来看一下第一段中间的句子提到 Much of this Eastern European country lies along the Adriatic Sea, a body of water so lovely that Croatian writer Predrag Matvejević christened it a sea of intimacy.在这里提到这个东欧的国家 Eastern European country 大部分呢都位于在亚得里亚海的沿岸。那在这里介绍一下，它是 a body of water， 这个亚得里亚海呢是一个水域 so lovely that 是如此的迷人，以至于克罗埃西亚的作家呢都把它命名为亲密的海洋。在这里的 christen 原本是有为某人施洗的意思，它还有另外一个意思，就是给什么命名，所以这位作家就把亚得里亚海命名为 a sea of intimacy. Intimacy 指的是亲密跟亲近的意思。举个例子来说An intimacy grew up between us 指的呢就是我们之间的关系亲密起来了。那么后面的句子提到 Inland Croatia is blanketed with thick forest, spoiling its residents with a gorgeous selection of national parks. 那么在内陆呢，克罗埃西亚则是覆盖着茂密的森林。Blanket 原本当作名词，有毛毯的意思，这里当作动词，然后以被动的方式表达，就是被覆盖着厚厚茂密的森林。而 spoil 呢，本来也是有弄坏、损坏的意思，在这里则是有宠坏、溺爱。那么它的人民呢，就非常的娇宠，因为它有一系列优美的自然国家公园。我们再来看一下 spoil 这个动词，常常解释成为溺爱。我们常常说不打不成器，英文就叫做 spare the rod, spoil the child， 也就是说把棍子省下来就会宠坏小孩了。接着我们来看到第二段的最后一句提到With its green forests, crystal clear lakes, and roaring waterfalls, it's little wonder that the park made the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979. 在这里提到的是这一个国家公园拥有着清脆的森林，像水晶一般清澈的湖泊，还有 roaring waterfalls 汹涌的瀑布。所以在1979年呢，这个公园就登上了联合国教科文组织的世界遗产的名录。我们先来看到，如果句子的开头写着是 It's little wonder，或者是 It's no wonder， 然后 that 加子句就代表什么东西是不足为奇的了。 A heritage 则是有遗产、传统的意思。我们常说，我们必须要注意保护自己的民族遗产。你就可以说 We must preserve our national heritage.
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We shall now continue with today's lesson about Croatia, a European dream. So we've been talking about it, and we talked about its coast there on the Adriatic Sea. It's beautiful there. And inland, of course, they got great forests and great lakes, especially this Plitvice Lakes National Park. You should check it out. There are 16 lakes there that cascade into one another.
Beautiful.
And it's on the UNESCO World Heritage List of great places in the world. It's been on that list for quite some time here. So here in the next paragraph here, it says, Croatia's beauty doesn't end there, however. It doesn't end there just means that's not all to Croatia's beauty. There are other beautiful things in Croatia as well.
True. So with a long coastline, that's the shore, the very edge of the land in any country. If you're by the ocean, the coastline. They've got a long coastline, which, of course, usually will give you stunning beaches. If it's stunning, it's so beautiful. It's too beautiful for words. So stunning beaches that look very nice and clean. They haven't been polluted by tourists yet. And peaceful resorts are plentiful. A resort is bigger than a hotel. It usually includes property and has, places where you can play golf, perhaps, or tennis, or they have yoga classes. It's a place that you don't even have to leave on vacation. You could stay in your resort. A hotel just usually has your room and a restaurant. A resort is much nicer and more expensive. Plentiful just means there are just plenty of beautiful resorts there. You don't have to wish there were more. They're plentiful. They've got a lot of places. It sounds like they've already built a lot of these resorts for the tourists.
Yeah, here in Taiwan, of course, bed and breakfasts, or minsu as you call them, are plentiful all over the place. You can find a nice place to stay in basically every part of Taiwan. They are plentiful. Those bed and breakfasts are plentiful. But here in Croatia, of course, these resorts are plentiful. So, yeah, you can make some reservations and just sit back and relax. The best place to avoid crowds is Zadar, a small coastal city rich in history. So, yes, if you want to avoid crowds, lots of people, of course, when you travel, you want to avoid other tourists and have the place to yourself. And so you can have some great pictures to post on Facebook or whatever. This is a town called Zadar. It's not a big city. It's a small city on the coast. It's a coastal city, just like Hualien is a coastal city. This particular city is rich in history. Lots of things have happened there. And we've got an artist there by the name of Nikola Basic, who redesigned Zadar's waterfront in 2005. So this artist kind of went to the waterfront there, the part where the city meets the ocean. That's the waterfront. And he designed it, or redesigned it, designed it again a long time ago in 2005. And he installed the Monument to the Sun, which is a solar-powered installation that collects energy during the day and lights up into a brilliant display at night. Now, if you talk about some kind of work of art that is displayed in public, we oftentimes refer to it as an installation. Installation art, because it's kind of big. Maybe it does something. There's a kind of art installation over by the Songshan train station. I think there are a bunch of kinetic sculptures there. That's an art installation. But here, this one is solar powered, which means it picks up energy from the sun during the day. And then at night, of course, the installation, or the sculpture, I should say, lights up into a brilliant display. Again, that happens at night. It's probably quite a sight to see.
Oh, it sounds beautiful. So here in the last paragraph, it says an island hopping trip is a must in Croatia, especially to a place called Brač. And that's home to the Zlatni Rat Beach. Don't say Rat Beach because, no one wants to hear the word rat.
I don't think it means rat.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think it's Laushu.
No. No. If you're Going on an island hopping trip, you go from one island to the next. So you'd have to go to a country that was composed or made up of islands like Japan or the Philippines, where you could actually go island hopping, or even go to Hawaii. You can go island hopping there as well. But yeah, it's something you can do in Croatia. And they're especially recommending this Zlatni Rat Beach. It sounds beautiful. It's formed by fine pebbles from the reef surrounding it. It says the beach extends from the island like a horn and boasts or has some of the country's best sunsets. Pebbles, of course, are very smooth rocks. They're not too big. When I was young, I would collect pebbles. A lot of kids do. They're fun. And then the reef, of course, they're referring to the coral reef surrounding it. And if something extends, it means it spreads out or moves out from you. You can extend your arm or extend your hand by moving it away from your body. The beach extends from the island, so it goes out into the ocean, it sounds like, in the shape like a horn. Picture a horn. And boasts some of the country's best sunsets.
And again, it extends or sticks out into the ocean there. And finally, Dubrovnik, a walled city on the southern coast, and Croatia's paradise on earth, features world-class restaurants, adventure sports, and, of course, outstanding views. So that's Dubrovnik, okay? We're describing this city as being walled, which means it has an old ancient city wall, which I think is still standing. Taipei used to be a walled city, but they tore the wall down a long time ago. I think some of the gates are still standing, like the North Gate, okay, in Taipei, that's still standing.
Right.
And some of the other gates are there, like Nanmen or something, or Xiaonanmen, but I think those are reconstructions. I don't think those are the original gates. But again, Taipei used to be a walled city. I think Hengchuan is a walled city. Some of the wall there is still standing in Hengchuan.
I love that stuff, yeah.
So here in Croatia, we've got Dubrovnik, and it's a walled city, and it's on the southern coast, so it's a city along the ocean there, next to the ocean, and we're describing it as Croatia's paradise on earth. I think that's what George Bernard Shaw described here, the city of Dubrovnik, as being paradise on earth, more or less. So that's why we're quoting it again. And again, you've got some world-class restaurants there, so you can certainly have a great meal if you're there. It also offers adventure sports. That would be sports that aren't just conventional sports like tennis or soccer or basketball. Adventure sports usually happen outdoors, like hiking or rock climbing, or hang gliding,
wind sailing,
parasailing, stuff like that.
I think it has something to do with the water too, yeah.
Sure, water skiing and things like that. Those could be adventure sports. And, of course, it's got some outstanding views, really wonderful views, some great views that you can use to, take pictures of. Make sure you bring your camera, take those pictures. Maybe it even offers great sunsets as well.
Oh, it sounds like it's just the place to go. So if you have a few extra dollars, maybe this can be your new vacation destination. I tell you, I'd really like to go check this place out now. I don't know what their food tastes like. We're going to talk more about this beautiful country in our next program. But right now, we're out of time, so we have to wrap up. Let's listen to our Chinese teacher one more time.
接着我们来看到在第3段中间提到这个艺术家 Artist Nikola Basic redesigned Zadar's waterfront in 2005, installing the Monument to the Sun, a solar-powered installation that collects energy during the day and lights up into a brilliant display at night.这个艺术家呢，他呢设计了这个前滩海滨，称之为 Monument to the Sun， 向太阳致敬的这种太阳能装置艺术。首先来看一下 waterfront 可以解释成为海滨或者是水边的意思，而这里的 solar powered 指的是有太阳能的，所以像是呢我们常说的 solar powered street lights 指的就是用太阳能所发动的街头照明系统，而这个装置呢则是在白天的时候可以收集能量，在夜间发亮，成为绝美的展品。 installation 当作名词，就是有装置跟设备的意思，像是暖气的装置，我们就可以说 a heating installation。接着我们来看到另外一个在所谓的跳岛旅行，在最后一段第二个句子提到formed by fine pebbles from the reef surrounding it. The beach extends from the island like a horn and boasts some of the country's best sunsets. 如果有机会的话呢，你会发现海滩是由礁石上细小的光滑鹅卵石所环绕而成，然后它就这么延伸出去，像号角一般。Extend 有延长扩大的意思，然后呢以拥有什么为自豪，我们用了动词 boast 这个字，它也拥有呢这个国家最棒的日落，所以有机会的话一定要来这个地方看看，你会发现这里有很棒的餐厅，也可以做运动，还可以有一些跳岛的旅行。 OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
That's all the time we have for today, but there are many more things to talk about concerning Croatia, and that's just what we'll do next time, so please join us then. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.